Bonjour et bienvenue à ma vidéo des articles. Dans la langue française, il y a beaucoup d'articles. Pour cette présentation, nous allons parler des articles. You'll know some of these articles because we've done them in class before. They are le, la, les, un, une, and des. Now it's important that we understand each one of these and their meaning because they all don't mean the same thing. The two that we're going to talk about today and during this video are les articles définis et les articles indéfinis. Les articles définis is what we would refer to in English as the, and they come in three different forms: le, la, and les. Now, once we know that we want to say the in French, we need to determine whether the noun that we are talking about is either masculine, feminine, or plural. They all mean the, but we do need to decide which one best fits the noun that we're talking about. What's also important here that we need to remember is that any of our nouns, or if any of our nouns have or start with a vowel, we need to make sure that we use L'. Things like avion would have to have an L' in front of it. The other thing we need to note and remember is that anytime we have a silent H at the beginning, like hôpital or hôtel, you also have an L'. The H is kind of like our English special Y as far as vowels. So here it is again. The definite article depends on three different things: the noun's gender, number, and first letter. So if the noun is plural, you need to use les. If the noun is singular and starting with a vowel or a silent H, you need to use L'. And if the noun is singular and masculine, you're going to use le. If the noun is singular and feminine, you're going to use la. So here are some examples of using les articles définis. Je vais à la banque. I'm going to the bank. You're talking about a specific bank. Voici le livre que j'ai lu. Here is the book I read. The other article that we talked about at the beginning was l'article indéfini. In English, this would refer to a, an, or some, or even in some cases one. There are three different forms of this article as well, all determined by the noun. They are un, une, and des. For the most part, the rules still apply. If the noun is singular and masculine, you'll use un. If the noun is singular and feminine, you will use une. And if the noun is plural, if there are many of them, you will use des. In this case, you don't have to worry about words or nouns beginning with vowels or H's because there is no short form for l'article indéfini. L'article indéfini has many different meanings in English. You can usually refers to something that's unspecified or not just one thing in particular. J'ai trouvé un livre. I found a book. Il veut une pomme. He wants an apple. So the book and the apple are just unspecified, not particularly one specific book that they are looking for. The indefinite article, or l'article indéfini, can also refer to just one thing. Il y a un étudiant dans les salles. There is one student in the room, and in this case we would use un. Another meaning of this article of the article indéfini is some. This is when we have a noun that is plural. J'ai acheté des pommes. I bought some apples. We're not talking about specific apples, but just some in general. Veux-tu acheter des livres? Do you want to buy some books? The tricky part about les articles indéfinis is when you are using this in the negative. So in this case, any, un, une, ou des change to de. So if you had the sentence j'ai une pomme, if you wanted to say I don't have an apple, you would have to write je n'ai pas de pomme. Even though there's many apples, you need to change it to de. Maintenant, pour vos devoirs, écrivez une phrase avec un article défini et écrivez une phrase avec un article indéfini. I will be collecting and we will be looking at these sentences on Monday morning in French class. Bon weekend!